but like, is you slapping it? Is you sitting in your car and playing Woman? Be real with me right now.
Let me be.
But as you slapping the song, you see how niggas, you see what niggas do. You see what niggas do. This nigga is never playing that shit in the whip. I know the words too. Right. What up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Welcome back to the TheStereoVision podcast.
Episode 69. Thanks for coming back and watching. We got a special episode today. We got digital marketing guru.
Yeah.
Work with everyone from Young Thug, Gunna, Megan Thee Stallion, 21 Savage.
Speak on it.
We got the one and only Osei in the building.
Man, thank you. You sauced it up, though. You sauced it up a lot. Like,
Hey, I told no lies.
Dropped the biggest names, like, but I appreciate it, though.
It's good to have you, my boy.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the TheStereoVision studios.
Bro, I've been trying to, like, don't let them fool you. I've been trying to do this for a while. Like, I've been trying to come here. I've been texting Spencer weeks on end. Yo, I gotta do the pod real quick. So.
It's long overdue, man. This link up has been in the making.
Right.
Yes, sir. That's kind of crazy. I think you might be the first nigga to like actually like actively really want to be on the pod. I mean, there's been niggas who really want to do it, but you know what I mean. It's
Don't even front. There's been a couple. There's been
some of the homies in here, man. You know,
bro. But I feel like I don't know, like. So I would want to do something like this eventually too, but I feel like also like who doesn't want to just get their shit off? You feel me? You just talk.
Talk a little bit.
It's fun,
you know what I
bro.
mean?
Let's just talk. Like I even had a friend hit me the other day. Was like, "Yo, let's start a podcast right now." Like I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like what would be even like? There was no planning behind it. You know what I mean? He just wanted to talk.
Hey, okay.
I feel like it's something everyone says. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's really fun just to sit down and have an excuse to talk about something you love every week with your boys, you know, and get to meet cool people that are into the same kind of shit. Like, it's the dream job.
Bro.
So like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Facts. I live my life, bro, trying not to be a Twitter meme, right? So like you remember like during like the pandemic, I just saw the meme flowing around like he says like he started a podcast, you know what I mean? Or like every nigga got a podcast, though, da 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 da. And it's like you gotta do like over like 10 episodes. Once you pass the 10 episode threshold, it's like, nah, I'm really doing this, bro. You know what I mean? I can't be one of them niggas that like tried it and like was in the crowd, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna really go full force.
Like you're serious with it. Like after 10, it's like, all right, like we'll let him do his thing.
I can't get laughed on, bro.
We won't laugh at you
clowned
no
on.
more.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Takes 100 to get good though, right?
Facts. 10,000 hours. 30
more.
Really, we're gonna be here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But we had a good week in music.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Some interesting drops. I feel like I was in a musical drought. We've been talking about this recently. You know what I'm saying? Like my library be getting stale.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to play any of my shit at all. I don't know. You ever feel like that?
I mean, the streets, it's dry. You feel me? It's dry out there. Like I feel like, man, like we really haven't had a very impactful hip hop album this year. Like I think Dirk's coming up might be probably like looking at the features and looking at all the work they're putting into it, the first single, the rollout. Like this might be the first impactful hip hop album we have in 2023.
There's been a couple that I've thought were gonna be the one, but then like a month later, I'm not listening to it no more. What happened to the Don Toliver album? Bro? What happened to the Don album?
But actually, because you told me to, because I listened to it one time and I was like, man, I don't like this. Then you told me to listen to it again.
Yeah.
And I listened to it maybe like 2 more times after that, and I've just been kind of like playing it. It's like good background noise for me. I mean, not trying to like be like a dick, but
no,
it's just like something I'll play in the car riding around. I really like the Tizo song a lot.
I do too.
Bro, it's moments. I think there's been a lot of dope musical moments this year. I think that everyone has had like, there's things you could talk about for a week or two and then it kind of moves on and in passing. There's nothing that's sticky. There's nothing that nobody wants to stand on and say this was like in any genre, to be honest with you, unless I'm tripping. But like pop, R&B, like there's been nothing. And like we can get into it a little bit, like K Tremine drop.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? High profile, right? High profile though in terms of K Tremine at the very least, and I think Amine hasn't missed.
Yeah.
Like in like I don't think he's had like a bad. Like, I don't think he's put out a project and I've been like, this shit is bad. So I'm like, okay, I was expecting something, and they're friends. Seemed like a genuine relationship. I don't know, but it wasn't anything too crazy, but it was still tough, and it's good summertime music to start.
It's good. But is it great?
This nigga don't like it. I
don't know if I like it. And let me tell you why. Because I was talking to y'all before, and I was just like, yo, I this project is good. Like it's got a couple good songs. Like for me, the Pharrell song, I love Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like it was like a good, catchy summertime vibe. But then I went back and listened to Kaytranada's old music. You know what I'm saying? And I was like listening to like I told you, I just put on like K Tronada, Apple Music Essentials type shit. And I was just like, man, this is just so much better. Like, these are classic songs.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I don't know if anything on that project is gonna stand the test of time. But I mean, this is also what, like 2 weeks after it dropped, a week after it dropped.
Yeah.
So like, I may be talking crazy.
Not even a full week.
I feel like if anything, it should be more sticky only 5 days in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not less. Like there shouldn't be that problem where it's like, oh, I hope this sticks later. If anything, you should be too high on an album because of recency bias, in my opinion. And I really liked it the first listen through, but I've gone back and I don't know how much of it I love.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It doesn't have replay value like that for me.
I don't think
And
so.
but what was crazy to me is that they rolled it out perfectly.
Yep, that rollout
Like-
was fire.
Yeah.
Forever, great song. Like, you know what I mean? It set the vibe. If you love K Tronada, like that brought you in perfectly, you know what I mean? Like you could kind of see how it was him. If you like Amine, you got the bars and shit that you needed.
Right.
And then Rebuke at the end of the video. So you don't get the full song, but then you get the other little beachy, vibey song. And then when it came out as a single like a week ago, I was freaking out over it. Like I fucking love that song. Those are probably the two best songs on the whole project.
I think Rebuke is my favorite.
That's the best song. That's one of my favorite songs of the year. Like I would stand on that song by itself. I can't stand on the rest of the album, but I will firmly stand by that song. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, I also don't really get the features. You know what I mean? What, like Big Sean's on there? Like I don't really understand.
What'd you think of that nigga verse though?
I mean, I don't know. The way you said it, the way you just said that makes it sound like it was good. To me, I was just like, Big Sean. Like, I don't know. In 2023, Big Sean is kind of crazy.
I've said some crazy things about Big Sean.
Yeah.
I've said some very, very, very flagrant things about that man. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, no disrespect. You know what I mean? Like, you probably a very nice human being. This verse was decent to me. It didn't fuck up the song, which I feel like a lot of like the times his verse does to me. But it was, you know, it kept with the flow of it. You
But
know?
is that the standard now? Like, it didn't fuck up the song?
But Amine,
Like-
but the rest of the song was fire. I messed with the rest of the song.
Okay,
So
all right.
I don't think he like took it down. I don't think he added anything to it.
Right.
Like I don't think he made it more fire. But I think he didn't, you know, fuck it up.
Seeing him like as the feature listed initially dropped it for us. You know, -15. We're like, this is gonna be the worst song on
Yeah,
the project.
low-key.
You know what I mean? So then when the verse was like, oh, okay, you know, we're here. But I feel you, that shouldn't be the standard. And like the Big Sean feature didn't make sense, but the rest of the features I really, really liked. And I thought they were curated well. Amare, I think that might be my favorite song on there.
That was my favorite surprise on the album. Was
Yeah.
to see her listed and then like to listen to it. And I was like, wow, she
Totally.
killed it.
And Snoop fit the vibe for me. Like I've never heard of Snoop. Oh, that's a lie. But when you see Snoop feature, it's not going to be like the best verse on the album or anything. That's the OG, you know. But like, it's definitely the right energy for the project, and I think it fit pretty well. It was cool. It was cool, man. It didn't live up to what I wanted.
I think
it
to be
but-
honest, from my perspective, and this is, I know, hot take, maybe not even that hot of a take, but like, I feel like has Amine ever been great, bro? Like, should it really have been an Amine K Tronada project?
I don't think he's ever been great enough to say like, oh, K Tronada needs to work with him. But I think that he's been good enough to where it didn't throw me off. And then the friendship and their relationship felt good enough to where I was like, I'm excited about this because it felt like something K Tronada genuinely wanted to do. Think about like Madlib with like Freddie Gibbs on Pinata. At that point, like, you know what I mean? Like, should he have worked with Freddie Gibbs? That's Madlib.
Yeah.
No, I kind of get the comparison. Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like when I think about K Tronada, I think about all the people he has worked with and all the features he could have pulled.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then this felt like an Amine curated idea and album almost. It almost felt like he was bringing K Tronada down, right? Because even when K Tronada was heavily working with like, you know, like DMV artists like Gold Link, Masego and all that shit, like that sound was fire. Like, and they were just starting out, they didn't have the connections or whatever. But I feel like that sound, I was going back to listen to old Gold Link. Sorry guys. Listening to old Gold Link. I'm from the DMV.
You could get it off. You could get it off.
No, bro. Like, anyway, went back. I was like, man, this is fire. That this is what this shit is supposed to sound like. Like, I feel like the Amine project is like a watered down version of what K Tronada
Could be.
uses.
He needs to be with an R&B singer to be at his best.
Yeah.
Like if he's on some singing shit, some little like drum and bass shit, it would be like peak K Tronada vibes, peak making him produce his ass off, like do shit that he hasn't done, make him go out the box.
Right.
I don't think Amine made him get out his comfort zone, but at the same time, when was the last time you heard K Tronado really do some rap shit?
That's a good point.
So K Tronado, I think, could have maybe done some crazier shit on the rap. I think they both could have done a little bit more different shit. But the fact that it's a group, I look at it as like, you know, like think about when Run the Jewels first came out. Or like any of these like collectives now. You know, this was their first time. It's not always going to hit the first time. But the second one might be better because now they understand how each other works more type shit. But yeah, it wasn't nothing serious, but I think we're going to get more music. That's why I'm not tripping.
That's fire. Yeah. I think that would be fire if they actually continued the collective. And also, too, this opens up the door for K Tronado to do more collab albums.
I was going to say, this nigga need to stop capping. He need to really, but then again, how do you feel? Like, what about his, like, he needs to do more collab albums. Selfishly, I wanted that to be so good.
I feel like he could have killed it, but he didn't.
He didn't.
But
I didn't think... But that's why I was tripping on K Tronado too, because I don't think he killed some of that shit. I don't think he did as crazy as he could. Like I think K Tronado could have went way crazier.
I fully agree.
Like he could have pushed this because I think he has to be the leader in this situation.
Right. Yeah.
Like you have to push Amine to try shit he hasn't tried.
Agreed.
Like I don't know. It's whatever. The year is whatever. I love this. She said because the standard is lowered, and I'm not a lower standarding nigga, but it really has been like dramatically dropped this year.
It's also interesting because K Tronado, I know he lives in like one pocket of this, but dance music right now is like so popular and is only growing in popularity. Like I think even K Tronado could have experimented with his sound more. You know what I'm saying? He could have dug into different pockets of dance music,
bruh. Or like give me an interlude. Right. Give me a crazy interlude on this. Like, make the song... Like, you see how Metro made the transitions on, like, this shit go crazy? Mm-hmm. Make the transitions go crazy.
Right.
Do the little things that, like... And, like, now I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be a dickhead, you know what I mean? But... Because it was great effort. And it was a dope idea. I know. Great effort is a crazy thing. Isn't it crazy that that's offensive? Isn't that crazy that great effort's offensive?
Yeah, a little
I'll be using it when I be shitting on yo, after I beat a nigga like a hoop or something. Great effort is crazy.
That's kind of like what I don't know. That sounds like a teacher talking to a student. Like nice try. Like
nah, if someone said nice try, that's crazy. I would get hot. Yeah. I was that kid for sure. I would get really really mad if someone said nice try.
Nice try is crazy. Hide the drink real quick.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sober podcast. Sober podcast. What, bro? Love you, mom. I hope you made it to this point in the pod. I'll be talking crazy after 20 minutes because I know my mom is not watching that.
Janelle Monáe took her titties out.
But okay, whatever we was just talking about, I think we finished that. K Tronado Mine, it was okay. The year disappointing. Standards lowered.
Closing statements. We've had two producers that I think have tried to give an opportunity to a rapper and try to earn that. In K Tronado doing it with Amine and Alchemist doing it with Larry June. I don't think either of the rappers lived up. Fuck y'all. Let me get the No Worries project. Let me get Knowledge and Anderson .Paak. That one, there's no shot that lives up to any like. There's no shot that doesn't hit.
You was just talking about that too. He said that's gonna be like before we even slapped K Tronado. He said this is gonna be the best one. No Worries gonna be the best one of the year.
I mean, they're just both artists. Like you know what I mean? Like Anderson .Paak, bro. Like this man is just like. He's one of the craziest artists of our generation, and it's on the low too. Like I feel like he doesn't get the credit for what he deserves. Like even out here, even moving out here, like bro, I didn't know this guy was a DJ too. Like
DJ
you know
he be bro.
DJ.
He's a fucking superstar,
bro. And it's also low key. I actually don't know why that is. Like, is it a marketing thing? Is it more on him that he's just trying to be more relaxed, laid back? Like I don't get it.
You have to be cool. You have to, I think like trying, we was just talking, like, you know what I mean? Like niggas say like trying is not cool. Niggas ain't trying to see you sweat nothing. Niggas don't want to even see you like, I think that's why people don't promote they shit like they need to. It's cool to say I don't want to post on TikTok. It's not cool to say, and like you know what I mean? Talking about what you actually do for a job, you know what I mean? And all that shit. Like it's dope when an artist is as into promoting their shit as they are into making the art. Because you put so much time into making this piece of art, you should want to share it with as many people as possible. You know what I mean? Even if it's not to become mainstream, if not to reach as many people who could understand your sentiment. You know what I mean? There's another kid out there feeling like how you felt on that one song. You know what I mean? On your project. I don't know. I think people need to... let me not get on that.
But on the promotion tip, because like this is a big part of like what I do. Like I don't really understand the like... Okay, I kind of understand not wanting to use certain platforms that you don't normally use or that you're not used to.
Yeah.
But I don't understand feeling like a platform or like a method of promotion is below you because like, bro, everybody has to start from somewhere. and the grind is never easy. Like, it's easier now than it's ever been to like get your content out there and get your music out there. There's just more of it. But like, bro, do you think people felt cool like passing their CDs out in the fucking streets?
That's what I was just gonna say, bro. It's the same shit. It's just a different age. Yeah. I think people think tech is lame, but that's just now like the way that we have to do shit because you're not gonna move the needle giving CDs out anymore. You know, but it's the exact same hustle. It's like promoting your work.
Right. I mean, you get endless people. Like, I used to work for a concert venue, and like I did marketing and promotions for it, and one of the craziest things, it's not even that crazy, but at the time I thought it was crazy because I thought I was going to be like, you know what I'm saying, backstage at all the concerts, like doing whatever people do, maybe chilling, sitting by the bar or something. But one of the first things they made me do was I had to go outside. This is like in DC, the concert venue is called Wolf Trap. They made me go outside with a person. I didn't have to wear it, but a person in a wolf costume, right? I had to stand outside and hand out flyers and get people to like come to the shows, or like hand out flyers and brochures that like showed the schedule for the month or for the rest of the summer. And like, to me, that it was so humbling because I was like, all right, obviously I'm not the first person to do that, but I was like, this is really some like ground work. Like, this is really like grassroots. Like, I'm trying to catch people on their way to and from work, on their lunch break, like promoting our shows. And like, I feel like people, you know what I'm saying, at some point in your career, you have to do some version of that in order to progress. Otherwise, you're not going to go anywhere. And even if you do go anywhere, like, you're not going to lay the foundation to be great.
And it's not that difficult to do. Like, especially if you have if you're as fortunate to have like a team behind you supporting that, you know what I mean? And like helping you do that. But like, even if you don't have like a whole team, you could have like the homie, you know what I mean? Like, just someone else who's willing to push your shit with you, endorse your shit with you. People take that for granted almost. I don't know. But it's funny that you worked at a concert venue?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I was at the Hard Rock Hotel selling tickets.
Northern Quest Casino, being a stagehand.
Okay, so you see
start, bro. Get your start out there in the field.
Yeah. Man, I just like, and like, again, like, you can do all this from your home. Like, I feel like even I myself, sometimes I'm like, bro, like, if you really want to get something to move for yourself, maybe you should be more on these platforms. I kind of like haven't really figured it out yet for myself, but it's such a like almost easy promotion tool. You know what I'm saying? You can go online and talk about anything,
bro.
Do anything, like be anything. And honestly, if you do it enough, like TikTok, the algorithm is wired in a way that if you do something enough and you're just super consistent with it, like, you're going to gain some traction. You may not get like 1 million followers, but you're going to get views. You're going to get people following you. Like, it's just built for success.
I wanted to see what you thought about it because it took me a long time. Mm-hmm. Like, it took me a very, very long time, which I feel like is so hypocritical in like the field we're in and what we do. Like, I should understand the importance of, like, I didn't even want us to like post on TikTok like that. Like, I just didn't endorse. I don't know, bro. It felt weird. It felt corny, to be honest with you. That's the beginning and end of it. It just felt mad corny to me. But I think over like, since we started posting it, since he was able to show me the value of it, I've started to come around to it a little bit. But I don't know. I'm interested to get your take on the platform.
Yeah, I mean, I think the early adopters of the platform won. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were on it early, sure, you definitely got a lot more traction than you're getting now. Like, now TikTok is starting to become a more regular platform where it's like, okay, like, you can post like multiple times a day, or like you can be consistent with it, but it's still going to take a little while to actually build up a following. And now it also rewards micro influencers a lot more. So like, you can post on TikTok, you can get several videos that like reach over 100,000, 300,000, 500,000, and you could still only get like 5,000 followers. You know what I mean? Like, the growth is not as easy as it used to be. But the early adopters, like, man, people were blowing up on TikTok when people thought it was a kids app, when it was still Musical.ly, and then just transitioned to TikTok. Like, people were blowing up, and it was crazy to see.
And they're getting their bag. They are getting the bag now, bro.
Yeah, I can confirm that bags were made, especially during the pandemic.
Yeah,
like early pandemic. That shit was crazy.
Now you started off. I mean, you were doing the promotion thing, but you started off managing a TikTok creator, right?
Yeah, so I used to manage my cousin Nicole Bloomgarden. Shout out to Nicole. Like, that was like one of my first like real entry points into like the industry. Mm-hmm. 'Cause what ended up happening was, she created this challenge called the Out West Challenge on TikTok. Yeah, and like yo, his face right now.
Okay, that's crazy. That's kind of crazy. Bro.
Yeah, so like I guess how it really started was like, man, I saw Nicole would be posting on Instagram, like she'd be posting her TikTok videos, and like how her following count was growing. And this was like 2019, so I was like a little confused. I was like, yo, like, what is this? I don't understand. Like, how are you getting so many followers? I was asking her hella questions about it.
Was you on like some protective like cousin shit, or was you just like interested in the platform?
Bro, I was just curious because I was like, bro, what is this platform that like no one's using? But she literally was gaining hundreds of thousands of followers overnight. Like not even an exaggeration. You know how that platform used to move.
Yeah.
And so she like hit me to it and all that. And then she created the Out West Challenge, and that shit blew up. Mm-hmm. Like it went crazy. Like it went so crazy that like the D'Amelios and Addison Rae was doing it.
Everybody was doing it.
Everyone was doing it.
Everybody who had the app was doing it. That was the reason that song was going crazy.
What was it? I'm still not hip to the challenge.
The challenge? Man, you're gonna make me do it?
It was the dance. Make this nigga do it.
He wants to make me dance. I'm gonna show it to you later, bro. I'm not gonna do the little dance. I'm not gonna do the TikTok dance right now. You want to see me sweat?
Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. The Out West Challenge, they was doing it's just standard TikTok dance. They be moving their hips and shit.
Yeah, it's just a little.
I'm never gonna do it.
It's just a little.
Yeah, that one. Yes, bro.
That shit.
That was a big one.
No, literally.
That was like the OG one. That was one of the first ones I ever seen.
It was like that, and I remember the Savage Challenge for Megan was going crazy, and like the reason I became kind of involved with that too was because like, what Out West is Travis Scott, Young Thug, so it kind of helped me. I knew people working at Thug's label, and at the time I didn't know people working at Travis's label, but look at God, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so basically like I kind of like connected her with them, and that was a big part of my role working with her. Like it was like managing the deals we were getting, but also trying to connect her to the music industry and everything that was happening in there. Because it was like, especially when Addison Rae and all of them were doing the dance at, what was it, the All-Star game?
Yeah.
That's when things got a little bit like, man, like we're really missing a bag here. Like I don't even know how to get it. I was
gonna say, was it your vision, or like did she have the vision for it?
Like the vision for what specifically?
Like for taking it to a next level, bro. Like it seems like y'all really like took this challenge, this dance, and like turned it into like bags, like multiple bags, multiple opportunities to like start like any type of career you want to do. You know what I mean?
I'm definitely gonna give her the credit for like starting it and then like, starting it up. You know what I mean? And it was going viral before I got involved. I'm giving that to her. Yeah. But I feel like the management of like what we did with it, you know what I mean? And like how we were bringing her profile to the next level, I feel like that was where I was able to help out. You know what I'm saying? Because she had a moment but didn't really, well, I don't know. But I felt like she could have used help in terms of like where to bring it and where to take it.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? And she also wanted to do other things. I mean, later in her career, she told me she wanted to get into acting and all.
You know what I'm saying?
So we pushed it in that direction, you know what I mean? And kind of like moved it that way.
That's dope to have the foresight to do that. Are you from Atlanta?
Nah.
Oh, no, you're from the DMV. You're from the DMV.
We're from the DMV, from Virginia, man.
Okay, so how does that kind of influence how you just move around, how you view this shit? Because you're working with people from Atlanta, Florida, all these different places that are very, like, I feel like these are prominent places. How do you kind of bring your own personality, your own, like, vibe to it?
That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like it's just cool, right? Because, like, especially, like, when I was first starting, like, working with someone like, or working with, like, Thug's team and working with Gunna's team and working with all these people, like, it's just something that you always think about but never really realize that could happen. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's a cool part. But I don't know. I feel like maybe I bring a different perspective. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas from Atlanta are going to think one way. Niggas from Florida are going to think one way. But I'm from Virginia. I'm just from a place where it's, like, specifically the part that I live in Virginia, like, people really don't do music. Like, everyone from the DMV kind of, like, does similar things.
Because y'all got, like, Pharrell, y'all got Pusha. Like, there's some prominent personalities.
Right, but they're from
out of that area.
They're from, like,
Virginia Beach, right?
Yeah, Virginia Beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is, like, 4 or 5 hours away from where I live.
Okay.
Like, I live, like, near D.C. where the music scene is really just, like, I don't know. It's kind of, it's not super supportive. You know what I mean? People are working actively to change that right now, but it's like there's no real infrastructure to like blow an artist up. You know what I'm saying? And make artists big. That's why you see a lot of artists kind of like, I wouldn't say disassociate from the area, but kind of just like do their own thing.
Yeah, I don't know what you gonna do. Like, what is it? I don't know what's in DC. Cause bro. Like, why would you vacate? I don't know, bro. Like, why would I go to DC?
See the monuments, bro. See the monuments,
Bro,
right? Washington Memorial,
Bro, if
the
you-
Lincoln Memorial,
Yo, okay.
Jefferson Memorial.
If you're on some tourist shit, like I know he's clowning DC right now, but if you're on some tourist shit, you could obviously go see that. But DC, I would say, is like a crazy place to like party, get brunch. You know what I'm saying? Great people.
It's a chocolate city. It's like there's a lot of black people,
beautiful
right?
women. You feel me? Yeah.
This nigga saying this nigga.
Look, yo, no, the DMV doesn't get his credit, man. Like it's just a whole melting pot of different like cultures and different things. Great food too. I don't know if I mentioned food already, but no, you gotta come out to DC.
Nah, shout out to me. I mean, you know what I mean. Our homies is out there. You know what I mean. Shout out Solomon. You know what I mean. I know the nigga tuned in or whatever, bro. A lot of Africans is out there. You know what I mean. The Ethiopian homies be out there. Are you the Ethiopian Nigerian? What is you?
Ghanaian.
Okay. You
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Amare. Amare's from Ghana.
Yeah. On my mother's side, I'm Puerto Rican as well. So.
Okay, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
I got. I
Explains your
always,
hair a little bit
I
more.
always
too.
feel like, yo, that's funny. I always feel like I gotta mention that because like people don't think that there are black Puerto Ricans out there.
You speak Spanish?
Claro. You feel me?
See, niggas always throw out one word, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta say a whole
gotta say,
sentence. That's
nah.
cap. My nigga said one word.
Claro que sí, you know.
Okay. I can't vet the Spanish, so you know what I mean. I ain't gonna say nothing. You can get it off.
I'm gonna throw the drink in there, so you gotta cut that out.
Question. Okay, going back to kind of your story and kind of piecing this all together, you were doing the thing with your cousin. You guys were having success. How did you transition from that to like a stable role, like in the music industry? Like, what came next?
What came next? I was also doing a lot of stuff at the time. Like I was working for this like blog called the Cloud. Shout out to the Cloud. Yeah. And then I kind of transitioned from that and just like a bunch of different like side hustles to I got more into 300, like just working with Nicole and like working with my friend that worked there, and he pulled me into a project where I was working with Kevin Lyles, who's now the CEO of 300 Electra, into working his social media. So I was doing that too, and that became like an additional thing I was doing. But then it got to a point where it was like, man, social media management is actually kind of a lot of work. You don't really realize it. So that became the only thing I was doing. Like I kind of, everything else kind of like fell to the wayside, and I kind of went forward with that. You know what I mean?
It's hard to make them posts every day.
Nah, definitely.
It is hard to like. It is not like niggas who belittle that is crazy. It is really, really hard. Like, you know what I mean? Shout out Spencer, you know what I mean? He be running the Instagram, you know what I mean? You see the shit, you know what I mean? Shout the nigga out in the comments or whatever, you know what I mean? Like that shit, post it on your story.
Right.
But that shit is like, it's no play. And it's like, you got to be on a schedule. You got to find the best time to optimize it. You know what I mean? When to post. Like, I don't know. Shout out y'all, man. I could never.
Nah, social media management is definitely a lot. I kind of want to move out of it just in general because it's just like, it is more work than you would think. And like for like very little, I wouldn't say reward, but it's just like the people out on the outside, they don't see it. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh man, you just getting post up, like cool. Like
It is such a grind, bro. It is the definition of just like a daily, like day by day, year by year fucking grind. And everyone's like, oh, do it for a month, do 2 posts a day, you'll be up. We did 2 posts for a year, bro. 2 posts for 2, and like given like the sauce wasn't there yet. We didn't know how to post yet. But like that shit is a lot of work.
One of the biggest things that I feel like people don't realize too is like it's like getting the posts up, but you're also creating content, and then you have to stay in tune with what's going on in the world and like everything. Like I usually even now I like wake up and like watch the news, go on Twitter, see what's trending in like usually just music, but I also try and like keep up with sports and like other things too, just because like there could be something trending that you could use and spin to your own advantage to like get a couple more followers. You feel me? And you have to like continue to build that base.
You have to see everything from all angles, bro. It's a talent. It's a talent. You gotta have your finger on the pulse. You gotta understand the culture. I don't know. I feel like the niggas who are always on social media or like understand it at least, like the different forms and different pop culture things, they're interesting to talk to because you can kind of float around in any group. You can have a little bit to say about anything. I don't know. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah. So I was doing that for Kev for, I guess like 2 years, honestly. I don't know. The pandemic time just like.
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not real
at all. But
I don't.
Yeah. No, I was doing that and then transitioned into a job with the company. And then, yeah, from there I just kept going. I don't know.
That's
like,
fine.
Yeah. It was kind of cool to see something that like was a side hustle turn into like a full time. You know what I'm saying?
Blessings.
I got a question. A lot of the reason that we do this podcast is because Miles and I were both people that knew we loved music, knew that this is what we wanted to revolve our life around, but didn't know how to necessarily get into the industry, didn't know the different touch points, didn't know the different jobs that one could have in music, And so once we started to learn, we wanted to kind of spread that message and spread that game that we've learned to the people. And that's kind of a lot of the inspiration for the podcast. So I kind of want you to just speak a little on what somebody that is like a digital marketing manager at a major label like does, like on a day-to-day. If you could just break down what you do for the people, I think that would be really helpful to some kids that might want to break into the music industry but don't know how.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like day-to-day, the day-to-day questions are always kind of difficult, but I'll try and like break it down. So like daily, obviously go into the office and I kind of sit down, and a lot of my job right now is designing marketing rollouts because digital is so important. So I kind of have a schedule for each artist that I'll go through daily and just kind of make sure it's up to date with first what's going on in the world, but second to like the vision for the new single or the new project they're going to drop. Really, like realistically, if an artist isn't active, there isn't like that much to do, you know what I'm saying, for them specifically. I think you always want to maintain that they're growing followers on social.
You gotta be like proactive damn near.
Exactly, yeah. And like if something's going on that's like useful for them, like to be involved in, like you gotta like also keep that in mind as well. But like I would say daily, like day to day is really just like designing these marketing rollouts and like making sure that their socials are looking on point. A lot of the times, especially in hip hop too, which is a huge problem, is like accounts are getting taken down or like suspended or like shadow banned.
Stop snitching on yourself.
Yo.
Stop snitching on yourself, please. What is y'all doing, bro? We like the music. You could talk about it. Don't the post, bro. I be seeing some crazy shit on Instagram. Like the low key niggas or the niggas who think they low key. They be posting some crazy shit, bro. We love y'all. We fuck with it. We fuck with it, but you don't gotta post it.
So okay, actually, I'm gonna go back to a point that you asked before. You were like, what do you feel like being from Virginia? Like, how do you feel like it's like an advantage or whatever? I do feel like I don't know if it's a Virginia thing or just my background in general, but like, I feel like I've been able to create like I have a different like lens that I see things through, right? Because like a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying, like will get in trouble on like Instagram for just posting like wild stuff, and like, if we're being real and you look on the back end of what they posted or what they got suspended for, like it's like stuff that's like, you know what I'm saying, without the correct cultural context, like maybe looks bad, but like in reality is not really that bad. And to be able to see that side, but also to see the artist perspective, but also see like Meta's perspective and like Instagram and like Facebook's perspective, I think that's where this kind of comes in handy. Cause like, look, like to be real, a lot of these platforms still are not geared toward black people at all, for real. Like no, it's really true. Like especially like I'll go back to like my work with Nicole. Like one of the biggest things that we were able to like really accomplish is like get her credit for the Out West challenge, because like TikTok was just designed in a way at that point, and I don't know about now. I think they've improved it a little bit because they're supporting black creators a lot more. They're actively
after really niggas, but niggas had to yell for that. You had to fight for that.
And I was one of them. I was just like, bro, like. You guys are like actively letting other creators run off with this, trend she created on platform. She's not gaining followers from it. And like her posts are not going up when she continues to push it. Like, what can we do? Like, I don't really understand why these other creators are benefiting off of something she created. You know what I'm saying? And like also being in the music industry, it's like, you don't get away with that in the music industry at all.
If you have the right the right people to vouch for you. You know what I mean? That's why it's important to have someone on your team who knows the ins and outs. Because I don't know, you can't manage all that as the artist. Like, it's dope to have someone like you being able to fight for them.
Mm-hmm.
That is necessary.
Right. So like going back to like I guess artists, like a lot of artists, like especially like just up and coming in hip hop, like they're just posting like, you know, it's just Instagram for them. They're just posting kind of like some wild shit once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously we don't got to get too far into it, but sometimes like the posts and like the language that they're using is really just, it's not so crazy that they should be getting their account suspended or shadow banned, but it is like without the right like context, like it doesn't really, like I could see why it would get suspended on platforms. So I think like also being able to communicate with these platforms, like, yo, like you guys are suspending this guy for talking about some stuff that like he really just like, this is just part of his daily life. You feel me? Like
he's not endorsing it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
He's not telling people go out and do this. This is how it's, I don't know. It's not as dangerous as people may think, which is what it's out. And it's like, I don't know. I think the focus should be more on, instead of punishing them, maybe teaching them how to better monetize it. Like, oh, like maybe we can get you a better brand deal if like da 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 da. I don't know. Make it make sense. These niggas just like to punish people.
Right. The funniest part is like when like an artist is like in the strip club or something and they're like posting that and they get suspended for that. It's like, bro, like, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. Like, we won't do it again, but you're really going to suspend an account for this guy having
some
fun.
ass, yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean,
yo, shout out to Janelle Monáe, right?
I was finna say, oh god, you know what I mean. I love my girlfriend, you know what I mean. Shout out her. But speaking about someone who speaks for the strippers, we got some Summer Walker music.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying.
We sit back for this.
Summer Walker is someone who I have personally, I stuck the flag and saying, you know, I fuck with Summer Walker. Like, I'm letting niggas know, like, she's crazy to me. I think she's put out some really good bodies of work. Over It, Still Over It. She drops this little, people are calling it neo soul.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's neo soul. I think she sounds like Erykah Badu on one song. I think this is pretty regular R&B. But yeah, she dropped an EP called The Soft Life. This is the second clear summer EP. And she said that she wants this music for herself, and the other music, the auto-tune shit, is for the people. So how did y'all feel about the project? What do you think about what she said about it?
I'm gonna be honest. I only listened to the project because I knew we were gonna talk about it today. I listened previously. I had listened to the first song with J because it had J. Cole on it. Yeah. I really like J. Cole's verse. I feel like J. Cole. I'm not really a huge J. Cole fan in general. Like I don't know. I feel like there was a point where people were gassing him a lot, and I was like, man, I don't know. I don't really like his fan base like that. I think that kind of drove me away from him. However, I feel like for the past 2-3 years, J. Cole has been dropping crazy verses, and like his project, like was cool. You know what I'm saying? But his guest verses have been insane.
And his fan base has chilled out. I feel like he's gotten a lot less corny over 3 years. And not to say he was ever corny or bad or he was outwardly doing it, but you could maybe make that claim after like KOD and some of the stuff that was going on. And then there was the Lil Pump conversation. Like, not that any of that was bad. His message has always been good, but I feel like he has gotten back to a more respectable place in the last 3 years.
Yeah, it was KOD. That was what drove me off of Cole.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we literally had I was part of the student hip hop club in college, and we literally had a KOD listening session. Bad idea. Because like we were all just in a room kind of like bumping our heads. But like it was just like
faded listening to KOD.
It was just like
was reprimanding y'all.
No, right? I was like, man, like this is I don't know, bro. Like
am I getting yelled at?
Yeah, I feel like I'm like talking to a dare counselor or something. Wow, this is crazy. So yeah, KOD really got me off because like people were hyping it too, and I was just like, this was just not a good project at all.
Yeah, but bringing it back, I think the summer verse was incredible. Like I've listened to it nonstop since it came out. It be getting me emotional sometimes. I can't lie. He be speaking that good word.
These niggas like the Summer Walker EP so much. All they could talk about is J. Cole. Okay, these niggas was not.
That's
feeling
not
it.
all I can talk about. The Childish Gambino verse was also okay.
Why don't niggas listen to Summer? That's what I want to know. Why do y'all listen? So did niggas listen to SZA? Yes or no?
I think. Okay, yeah, go ahead with your point.
Okay.
Did
niggas listen to SZA? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why not Summer Walker, who makes the same type of music with very similar producers talking about the same exact type of thing?
this project specifically, like you said, like she makes like this stuff for herself and the other stuff for her fans or for the label or whatever. I feel like this project was not SZA. This is not the same type of music.
I agree.
Like the auto-tune stuff you could compare more to SZA. This to me was just kind of boring. Like, and I'm not saying like it wasn't a good project. I'm just saying it was boring to me, and maybe it's because of the content of it. You know, like it's not relatable for me. Yeah. And I kind of understand where she's coming from with it, but again, not relatable content.
I mean, of course, it's not. She's a woman talking about dealing with men. It wasn't her best shit, but I don't know. I think that I hope it did what it was supposed to do, and that the J. Cole, the Childish Gambino, got people to maybe get interested in Summer a little bit enough to go back and listen to her other shit. Because have you dove into her catalog ever?
What do you mean dove into her catalog?
Like you listen to her music?
I think I've listened to like the project she's put out since she had
that was crazy. I really said dove into her catalog.
Yeah, like what she got like two albums, right?
She got nah. She got like EPs. She got like 2 albums, like 4 EPs. She has music. She has a lot of music.
She's got, but for me, I've listened to the Drake song, and then I listened to Over It, which is that project, and then I listened to Still Over It. I don't know if there's any more than that.
There's the one with Karma on it, the blue one. It's a Session 32 or whatever with Room 30. She has 2 projects.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? The blue one. She's tough, bro. But I do agree. You know, I'm a nigga, so I'm not gonna like listen to her like and like be like, oh yes, like go crazy, sis. But like, you know what I mean? I'ma get it and be like, oh, this sounds beautiful.
But content wise though, because you had a good point. Like content wise, like SZA has similar content. SZA be talking about very similar things. I don't
BBL every other line.
But
I'm hating. I like SZA's album.
Yes, SZA's album is better.
Like with context,
no, it is. It is.
SZA's voice is better. So here's my thing. I have never been a Summer Walker fan. You've known that, and it's not because I think she's bad, but it's because I haven't given her a chance. It's because I've never listened to the music. To be honest, this was the first project that I've listened to extensively since it came out. Partially because of J. Cole and Childish Gambino. I came for them, but I stayed for Summer. She impressed me. I liked it, but Cole said something in his verse where he's like, shout out the 3 queens that are like running R&B right now, like SZA, Ari, and Summer. To me, there's a separation. And I haven't listened to all the music. That's how I really need to preface it. But just vocally, I do hear. I don't feel like maybe this project's for her and it's not auto-tuned and it's stripped back, but her voice doesn't sound as strong as either of those 2 women to me on this project.
I love how he threw Ari in there too. Like, not that she's not good, but like he put Ari on the same level as SZA. Like, bro, it's just.
I'm glad you said it. Ari's
incredible.
But
Ari's new EP is washing this Summer Walker EP.
No, shout out to Ari though, another DMV native. You know what the fuck going on? DMV running the music scene right now. We got Brent, Ari, shit,
Red Veil, I guess.
Yeah, but like he's still small.
Yeah.
Shy Glizzy.
Nah, bro. Let me not.
Shout out Shy.
Let me not.
Shout out Shy Glizzy, man. Nah, shout out to Shy.
That nigga
bro.
just put out a music video for the song. How many years after?
Yo, hey, no. Shout out to Shy, and this is why. Because White Girl is a DMV fucking classic, bro. That's why he put that shit out. That's why he put that.
Classic. That's everywhere. Niggas was on. Like, what was that? What was that? 2012, 2013?
2012.
2012, yeah, bro.
2012.
My 12-year-old ass was
maybe 2011. I just remember I was young in. I don't want to date myself here, but young in school listening to that.
Young in school listening to White Girl, man. This nigga was in middle school slapping White Girl, I guess, bro.
Oh, God. And what you call it, the Chocolate City?
Bro, because it is, bro. It really is. It really is. They're in Atlanta, bro. I want to yeah, you know the mumbo sauce? What's the shit, y'all?
Yeah, mumbo sauce.
Yeah, I want some of that. I'm not gonna lie. I'll go to DC just for that.
Look, man, I'm gonna be making some trips back this summer. You can come with me. I'll show you around. Look,
is it really gas though?
Yes, bro.
Like really, really gas. What is it?
Bro, just come try it, please.
You see, but niggas don't have no description for it.
No description.
Every nigga I've ever asked about this sauce that y'all are so acclaimed for has never given me. Is it?
Bro, just. Come on, just come to.
Do y'all put it on wings? Is it a dipping sauce? Is it like
you put it? You could honestly put that shit on anything, but it's mostly for like wings. Like it's mostly for like wings and like
So it's mumbo flavored. What mumbo? What's it called?
Yo, you know what? That shit just reminded me of you know the fucking SpongeBob episode.
Wumbo.
The Wumbo.
He, she, me, Wumbo, Wumbology. That goes, bro. I wish niggas knew. I think about that episode once a week, bro.
It's crazy that replays in your head.
That I swear to God, bro. That's a fundamental memory. Don't let, bro. Remember when niggas said, bro, my parents thought SpongeBob was gonna make me stupid. Is that valid?
No, SpongeBob
No.
may be very smart.
SpongeBob formed our culture. So whatever you want to say about SpongeBob, you're saying about I feel like our whole generation.
You know.
My parents wouldn't let me watch Ed, Ed, and Eddie. They said that would make me
I
stupid.
couldn't watch that show either.
Yeah, that and Cat Dog. That's the shit they said was gonna make me stupid. I think they might have been right, bro. Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I did watch that in my older years, and it was insanely dumb.
I don't know if it aged well.
That was a bad show.
Cat Dog is kind of like a weird show.
Cat Dog's insane. Y'all know Codename Kids Next Door? You remember
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit?
yeah.
I hated that show.
I never
Whoa.
watched that.
Nah, niggas like that show. Niggas like, I wasn't a Cartoon Network kid. Let me
Okay.
preface it like that.
Got you.
Like Chowder, all that bullshit. Fuck out of here
Chowder,
with that.
yeah.
What is that? That flapjack? Fuck out of here with that.
Oh, regular show.
Yo,
bro?
we
regular show's so gas. But I never did no Cartoon Network. It was all Nickelodeon when I was actually a kid.
I'm shooting right now. Fuck Cartoon Network, bro. Fuck anyone that was really watching that shit, bro. Chowder, bro, my nigga. Like that show really made me mad. Them niggas said Rada, bro. Who was that big ass nigga? Dumbass nigga, bro. That shit was so stupid, bro. I was so hot, bro, when that shit would come on.
Are you really going after Cartoon Network right now? Like
As
the
a whole-
thing?
Not just Cartoon Network. Anybody that watched it. He want to smoke with you.
millions of people.
Nah, I'm calm now. I'm calm down.
Hey, where was that show Samurai Jack on? Because I'd be watching that now in my adult life, not even as a
like it?
kid, and it's so good. It's so good. Was that Cartoon Network?
Yeah. That was Cartoon Network. That was bad.
So what do you have to say about Cartoon Network now?
They can get that off. You can get that off. You can get that one off. You can get that one off. But these niggas hated Summer Walker. That's the wrap up right there.
Whoa. Hey, Summer. No, Summer. Like, I really.
Shout
I
out
really-
Atlanta.
You sound like J. Cole right now. Hey, Summer, let me talk to you. Let me
talk
give
to
you an
you.
audible audio hug.
No, I really think that Summer Walker is a talented R&B singer. I just felt like this EP didn't capture my attention because it wasn't for me. It wasn't about what I think about on the daily. So, and like maybe I need to, grow up and step into a new show, but I do feel like this was probably more for the women.
Okay, yeah, I'll be serious for like 2 seconds. I'm gonna get on bullshit real quick. One more thing. But Summer this was not her best body of work. If you are not tapped into Summer Walker fully and you want to, I think listen to Over It all the way. And it's like, if you're a nigga, there's gonna be some songs that are a little too much for you, but like I'll Kill You with Janae, amazing. Body, that's a great song. Like she has really good moments that I think anyone could get into that are kind of universal. I think SZA realistically makes a little bit more universal music than Summer.
Right.
I think Summer makes music very specifically for women, specifically the type of women who have boyfriends with guns. According to her interlude, I'm gonna just leave that where it is. I don't know what type of woman that is. But you see that she's dating a man who got caught up at the airport with a gun, Lil Meech. Did you see the videos?
I saw the Target video.
Nigga,
of them
that
together.
shit.
But are you talking about the video of Lil Meech getting caught up? Like, what
Yes,
you
bro.
talking
Lil Meech is at the airport, right? Going through TSA pre-check, and these niggas find a gun in his bag. This nigga proceeds to try to call himself a minor. This man is 24 at least. At least. It was so like the nigga got off, you know what I mean? Shout out you, you know what I mean? I don't want no smoke with you, you know, I see you, Daps, everything. BMF, love that show. But that nigga, that was hilarious. That video was fucking funny as shit, bro.
I appreciate someone that lives with their rap, man.
He want to be a rapper. Bro, niggas want to be rappers so bad.
I mean, being a rapper is pretty cool, bro.
It is. I want to
It at least looks cool. I feel like it's a lot of hassle, to be honest. Though.
Would you wear a chain publicly?
Would I wear? Yes, of
Like a
course.
big chain, like with a pendant and everything?
I mean, it depends on how big though.
Like an O pendant? Like a fat ass?
oh
like
my god, no. I feel like jewelry is more like it's better subtle. You feel me? Like not too subtle. Like I wear something flashy, but not something like big. Cause like I feel like that's just like bro. There's like having money and having style. You feel me? Like a lot of people with money like don't really know how to like put that shit on for real.
I agree.
So I feel like I don't know. I be seeing the big Cubans and like the pendants and all that. I'm just like, I would do it. I would do it a little differently. I think.
You're not getting the Osei chain stack, bro. You start with the big O, then you just follow suit, bro. You only need three big links.
Man, I might get one with my name on it, maybe, but like smaller. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know jewelry like that So I don't know. I don't want to talk too much, but yeah, the big Cuban, it's not for me. You feel me? Would you?
When I get a Cuban, nah, I wouldn't.
No, it doesn't have to be a big. Like Cubans come in different sizes. But
I'd get I would definitely get some jewelry, but I'm gonna get a watch. I'm gonna get a watch first. I want grills. Like it started off as a joke, but then the more I look at them, the more I want them a little bit. I'm gonna get some expensive. I'll be talking about sunglasses. No, I don't know if I get a chain. I'd get a chain if I had fuck you money.
yeah,
I'd get a chain and then I wear it at certain occasions, like around the homies, and I'd laugh about it. But I don't know if I get a chain like to seriously rock. I like my gold shit, some little simple shit.
I mean, think about stepping out anywhere here with a chain, like for labels. You know what I mean? Or eventually own my own label. But I don't know. I always want to have my own thing going on. You know, because like it allows me. Like, it kind of hinders me, right? Like, I can't really say exactly what I want to say because I'm always representing the company in a way. Like, not that you have to think that deep about it, but that's how I always think. Just, like, working in social media. Like for example, like, man, if I post anything about one of our artists, like, on some, like, oh, like, what, like, let's say I had an opinion about an artist that went up on my story or some shit, and there was one of our artists, like, I can't say that, bro.
Yeah.
You know, especially if it's a negative opinion.
I try not to say nothing negative about any music publicly, even on this, because it's not. I don't want to come off as like closed-minded. You know what I mean? Especially for what I'm trying to do and shit like that. Like you want to be accepting of all. It's art at the end of the day, you know. But I'm a very opinion. That's why it's so difficult for me because I'm a very opinionated person, and even though it may come off abrasive, it's not always hate. It's just like. I'm gonna be blunt with how I say it. I wish I could be more blunt in all of this shit and just straight to the point.
Right. I mean, I think you should be as you're like continuing to like build your brand, but also try and find yourself. I feel like you gotta be blunt and you gotta just like say what you mean and mean what you say. I mean, don't make shit up. Don't like try and pretend to be someone you're not. But
right here.
That I do think that. So then I have to ask you this: do you fight trying to be industry? Like, do you want to be, like, I don't know, do you feel like you could be, are you an industry nigga? Like, do you want to be an industry nigga?
That's a good question.
I don't know because especially even coming here, man, like I came here and like I knew a few people, but didn't really know that many people. I feel like now more than ever, I've just been myself anywhere. If that comes off as industry, cool, but like, I never really try and like fit into like what's going on with the industry specifically or the way people act because like, I don't know. I feel like I go into rooms, go into spaces, and like being myself, I get farther than ever trying to be someone else, you know? So I don't know. I don't consider myself like industry. Like I think I have my own definition of what that is, and it's like pretty negative. But I don't know. So I guess someone could meet me and be like, oh, he's just an industry nigga. I don't know. Like, because I work in the music industry, and I work for like, you know, major corporations, but I don't know. I would say no.
There's a negative connotation, but like I feel like there maybe shouldn't be because I do think of you as like an industry person, but I think of you that way because like when we talk, we're talking about music and you have really informed opinions about music and it's what we talk about the most. And I'm probably gonna see you at these industry events because you care about this shit and you want to be outside surrounded by music. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And to me, that makes you industry, but like. It's not a negative thing.
I was going to say I didn't realize it until my girlfriend commented on it because she's obviously an outsider to it.
Right.
And so when she sees us all like link up or like when she sees us all go to a show, she says like, y'all are really a monolith. You know what I mean? Like y'all all really like, everyone is all trying to attain. It's a similar type of look. It's a similar type of energy. You know what I mean? But I think that's what life is. You know what I mean? It's about finding your groups. And finding people that you could be around and people that like, you know what I mean, share similar ideals and things like that. But it's just funny to think about how negative I've always thought about something. And then I feel like I'm almost becoming it more day and day. But I'm realizing it's not that bad of a thing. Like it's not this whole big, I'm a suit. I'm this like cornball now. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, like I just happen to be in rooms.
Because music industry is different than other industries.
Type shit.
It's not a suit. It's artist merch on top, probably some Jordans on your feet, you know, ripped denim. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, that's crazy.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro,
no Jordans, but you know, you got the rest.
I got the music tee on, bro. Like, I can't escape who I am. Yeah. Because this is this is what I like. You know what I mean? A lot of niggas like the same shit. I don't know, but it's just, I fight it. I fight it a lot. Like I feel like a cornball a lot of times. Like I get like imposter syndrome.
Right.
I think that's really what it manifests. I think that's really what it is, honestly.
I think you just gotta be a genuine person at the end of the day. Like, because you define what the industry thing means to you. Like, obviously, we're gonna move a certain way. We're gonna all pull up to the, concerts together, to the events together, to like all that stuff, like Grammy weekend, like whatever. But I feel like at the end of the day, like the one thing that makes the industry thing negative is that the people that people are describing when they say industry are just dickheads. Like if you're just not a dickhead, like
exactly.
Well, actually, that's the bare minimum. But like I also feel like being a genuine person, being a good person, and being kind to other people, like you can redefine what that means to somebody. You know what I mean? What an industry person, industry nigga, like means to somebody. You just gotta be yourself, and you gotta be, because y'all are genuine people. I feel.
Yes.
So you just gotta be yourself.
I appreciate that.
No, that's it. And you made me think about it too, because it's like I feel like a lot of what people think about as an industry person, they have that idea because of what artists say about industry people. You know what I mean? And there's not a lot of reason for artists to uplift industry people, but when they meet shitty ones, it's easy to tear them down. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's a lot of where this kind of idea comes from.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of cool people in the industry.
Artists. All right. No, I'm talking to the artists though.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
Yo, I fuck with most of the artists that I've ever met, like hands down, because I understand the idea of wanting to just like create music and live in that space, but I feel like half the problems that I've heard that artists have with quote unquote industry people, it's really just a lack of information on their end too. Like you have to look into, like, this whole thing is a business. So like if you're gonna be, beyond just like signing contracts, if you're gonna be interacting with people, you gotta understand that like people are moving in the interest of their business, whether it's the business that they work for or themselves as an entrepreneur and they consider themselves a business. Like you got to understand that like self-interest plays a factor into it. So like being so trusting of random people you meet, or like letting people like fill your head with like, different things about what they're going to do for you, bro, you just got to move smarter. I genuinely feel that. And like, I understand that that's like kind of a harsh take, but man, I just see so many people like kind of fall into that trap, like feeling like everyone's genuine. Everyone's not genuine.
It's not a harsh take, because then what they can do with that information is treat themselves like a business.
Exactly.
So $1 million corporation isn't just gonna trust some random nigga that tried to come into the fold yesterday. You know what I mean? Like you have to treat your business, your artwork, your product to the highest degree. You know what I mean? You gotta really value that shit and not allow all these outside sources to just come in randomly and offer glitz and glamour and fake shit and just try to, I don't know, bro. People is always trying to profit off you. Right. Like there's a lot of the people who are trying to make money off the industry, like they don't look like us.
Right.
They don't understand us actually. You know what I mean? We're a check, we're an easy come up, we're what's cool. So it's like, how can I take what's cool and make bread off it? How can I make my quick buck off it?
Right. And I think like, I don't know, I think at one point, like I was never really like an artist myself, but we talked about it. Like people dabble in like, you freestyle.
You got a verse.
You make boots. Yeah. Make beats, like different things. And like, I've always kind of seen myself as an artist in a way. So I kind of also feel like I relate to that, just wanting to like create and not wanting to like be boxed in and like, man, just like trying to avoid the politics. But like at the end of the day, like it's part of it. Like that's life. Life's not fair. Knowing that and moving in a way that protects yourself and also protects the interests of your business, while acknowledging that, okay, like not everyone is out to get you and can actually contribute and help your business. You just got to vet people a little bit more. I feel like that will ultimately help everybody,
Yeah.
Vet your friends, man.
Vet your friends. I want to touch on something that you just said a little bit. You were kind of talking about yourself and as an artist. And a lot of my peers that do business, I do see as artists, and you're one of them, just because of kind of the way that you talk, that you move, that you handle things. People can live artistically. You don't have to create all the time to be an artist. I saw it in the event that you threw, the Lonely Hearts event in DC, and I see it a lot in your Radio's Dead page. And I kind of want to touch a little bit about Radio's Dead and kind of like what that is and like when that started and where you could see that going in the future.
Yeah. So Radio's Dead started basically it's a blog that I run, right? Radio's Dead started in 2020 or very beginning of 2020, January 2020, because I told myself in January 2020 that I was going to work on something and I was going to work on it consistently and continue to grow it. So along with the other things I was doing, working with Nicole and then working on Kevin's stuff, like I was working on that on the side. And it was really the idea of putting out one playlist a week and promoting it in a way that, you know what I'm saying, I could grow the page and like get people to follow, but also to like put out something that I love that's creative. And it kind of stopped around the time that I went full time working with Kevin. You know what I mean? So it's something that like now that I'm moving back here, I want to pick back up. And events have always been something I like to do outside of that. So I'm trying to incorporate Radio's Dead into an event, like I wouldn't say event planning, but I want to throw events through Radio's Dead as well. So I'm getting it together. It's basically a blog of just like whatever I want to do, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to keep it right now to like the playlists, these like mini vlogs I've been doing, like 30-second clips, and then the events too. So it's starting off kind of slow, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to do is consistently post like twice a week on it. And
niggas is speaking humbly, man. It's pretty dope, bro. It's pretty fucking dope. You got niggas putting out consistent play. You can't downplay your shit, my nigga. Like it is pretty, you know what I mean? You out here doing it. You got very, very good curated playlist by someone who understands the industry, exclusive behind the scenes footage, you know what I'm saying? And it like you didn't even got the written, like, you know what I mean? If you choose to go into the written blog shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's one finger on the pulse. That's the best way to describe all the shit that you're doing, you know what I mean?
You are really good at I think quality over quantity right now. You know what I mean? Like I see the playlists and they're short, but every single song seems to be really intentionally selected. Every single artist seems to be very intentional. And these vlogs that you put out are about like cool things. And it's like I feel like something I've struggled with when building StereoVision is pigeonholing myself into different things like concerts or podcast. But you like, I don't know, I seen you at the Larry June Alchemist thing. That was one of the first ones that I watched. But then the most recent one was at the Morehouse graduation, right?
Yeah, so my boy graduated Rutgers Med School.
Sorry, Rutgers, not
Shout out to Mike. Like, bro, that's just dope too. Like, I just want to take a moment because like he's been talking about that since high school.
Yeah.
You know, so like being there and like, you know, being present in that moment was really dope. But
yeah,
I didn't continue.
No, I just think it's really cool that you can. The playlists are the same, but the vlogs are also different, but they feel the same. There's a similar feeling in all of these totally different events that you're vlogging. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, like one of the things me and Nicole used to talk about is because I would look at her TikTok, especially at the beginning, and it was like, right now I feel like it's more skit driven. You guys should go check out at Nicole Bloomgarden, all platforms. Just go check that out. But right now it's a little bit more skit driven, but at the beginning I was looking at her TikTok and I was like, yo, Nicole, I feel like this is really just like you vlogging your everyday life. And she was like, yeah, I honestly just kind of like whenever I feel like it, put down the phone and record and just like post it. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever works, live, and then, you know, take off whatever doesn't work. But I kind of wanted to follow that model where it's a little bit more produced, but I'm kind of just showing like everyday life, because I think honestly all our everyday lives are pretty cool at this point. You know what I mean? Especially like coming from Virginia and being out here, like people don't realize that like you're kind of like, yes, like all right, there's like, you know, Hollywood and all that stuff going on out there, but bro, the everyday life out here is really cool. Like you don't need to be around celebrities or whatever. Like we just constantly doing some cool shit.
I could be going anywhere for food or some shit. It feels like an adventure. It feels like I'm like going somewhere I've never seen before. Cause it is. I don't know everything that I've been. Like when you're at home, I feel like everything's familiar.
Right.
You know your spots. You know where everyone's gonna be at. You know the play. Here, I never know the next play. I never know what like is the next popping thing, bro. That's Apartment 200. You been there?
Yeah, no, I have been there.
Why niggas be talking about it? That just happened like yesterday, bro. Niggas be talking about it the last month. Everyone I hear just pop up here and there, like Apartment 200, Apartment 200. What is that?
Right. Oh wait, have you been?
No,
Okay.
I don't be outside
I
like
feel
that.
like you did go.
No,
You
bro.
didn't you go with
Selena had
Didn't you-
been with her homies.
Oh.
And she's like, Miles, you would love this place. I'm like, bro, what is it? A music? What is it like? Soho House?
Man, and that's the beauty about like just marketing and just like whatever. Like, I'm not saying it's not cool. Like, it's a cool spot, but it's really just it's another venue.
It's a bar.
It's a bar.
It's
yeah,
literally a bar. But just the way that people hype it up because of the events that they brought it in the first 4 months of opening, people think it's like this cool, exclusive, like underground music club.
right. They run it really well, and they've been able to bring in the right clientele.
The only reason I'm talking about is, you know, Mike Hector?
Sounds familiar, but
Fire producer. That nigga be DJing there all the time.
I
like
see.
all the time. And then the Zach Bia shit or whatever. It's like, bro, I didn't even know. Y'all niggas move. Bro, yes, you know about you? Did you know about Soho House before you came here?
Yeah, because there's one in New York.
I ain't never knew about this shit. The nigga had it's a club. These niggas got an adult clubhouse. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and that shit is bread. Like, yo,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, y'all niggas not gonna make me feel like I'm broke or nothing. That shit is fucking bread to be a part of. Like,
That's
it's
the
dope,
negative-
but it's bread. Like, what are you doing? Like,
That's the negative industry shit that I'm talking about. You a negative industry nigga if you got the Soho House membership. I guess. Let me not exclude people if you. I don't know, but like, you know, I don't know. It just seems kind of crazy.
The annoying thing about it for me is every older person I talk to that has the Soho House membership is they're like, yeah, but honestly, just make sure to get that shit before you turn 27. Because once you turn 27, the rates go up. But if you get it before then, you're stuck there for life. Yeah, if you get it before 27, you get to stick at those rates for the whole time. But just them trying to tell me
want young
to
people?
get that much money before I'm 27, I'm like, dog, let me pay rent first.
yeah, no, it is crazy. But Soho House is dope. I've been to Soho Warehouse in LA, like downtown.
Yeah.
I think I've been there for two things. One time it was just like some party going on, but it was crazy because it was like a regular party going on in one part, and then I think Kendrick was doing something in another part because he had his show in LA.
TDE,
So-
bro. They always fuck with.
We
Soho.
seen Doechii and J Rock and Cal Banks and all them at Soho Warehouse.
Yeah, so like that night it was popping. Like people were trying to get in, couldn't get in, like line way down the block type thing.
Wow.
And then the second one was Major Lazer and Major League DJs released an I'm a Piano dance album.
Major
And
Lazer?
they did and they did a set at Soho Warehouse and they did a party there. So I went to that, which is really dope.
Tyler's on that shit, right?
Tyler is on that.
Shout
shit.
out Tyler.
Shout out
I
Tyler.
mean, we saw. We'll get off Soho, but like, gotta let niggas know we saw the big boss. We saw Too Short.
Oh, we've
Really?
been there a
Legend,
couple times.
you know what I'm saying?
Too
Niggas
Short
talking about TDE. Niggas talking about Major Lazer, bro. The legend. What that nigga from the Bay Area?
Oh, come on.
Big Bay Area. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, why did you act like you'd never been there before? Now you just dropping names like
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
We seen Too
Yo,
Short with
you-
a
you
live.
on the
I
industry.
couple times. I thought that I realized more and more every day I'm an industry nigga, bro.
They said, "Oh, you ever been? I ain't never been." And they started
Invite
dropping
me.
names.
Still invite me.
I know.
Still invite me.
Why
to
did you
Soho.
say?
I'm
Why
not
did you
not
say I
gonna
just
go.
figured out what Soho House was?
Because I just figured out like 2 months ago. When
Dog.
did you go to last year when we did the Keep It in the Family?
Keep It in
shit?
the Family was August. Too Short was like
But niggas had memberships. I ain't never had a membership. I ain't know that this was a regular
because
thing.
it's an industry thing. It's not a regular thing. It's an
Exactly.
industry
so
thing.
I'm still, you know what I mean? I'm learning.
It's like the
I'm
less-
getting my training wheels in the industry.
Right, yeah.
You know the real cool club though that you should join if you're in the industry? The Magic Castle.
Nah, honestly.
I need to be a part of the Magic Castle.
I don't know what that is.
If y'all don't know, the Magic Castle is a similar thing. It's a monthly membership club in
He
Hollywood.
does this once an episode.
Once an episode.
Once an episode, some crazy shit.
It's where all the best magicians in the world go to perform. And they have sets throughout the day. It's a pretty expensive monthly membership. It's comparable to Soho House. But you can go and you can see the best magicians in the world for brunch every fucking day if you want. David Blaine, fucking Chris Angel.
Did they have any alchemists?
They probably do, bro. They probably got an alchemist.
You know what else has alchemists?
What?
Rap Caviar's top 50 beats of all time.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
That was like a 5 out of 10
Big transition. That was you know what I mean? I'm working on it though. I'm gonna get my podcast back soon. But that came out. How do y'all niggas feel about it?
I don't know. Off rip, I was looking at it and I was like, oh, these are some classic beats. I'm seeing Grindin' top 10, a Millie. Like, I wasn't mad at it, but the deeper I look, the less impressed I am.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. What do you think about it?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not gonna get into the what's on it, but the immediate thing that I saw when I did see this list is that the producers are not listed, which to me defeats the whole purpose. Like, you're supposed to be uplifting producers with this list, and they're not even there.
It's absurd that the producers are not listed.
It's the epitome of what happens in this music shit, though.
It's literally like they were doing so good. Like we were talking about before, they were doing so good, and then right before the finish line, they just trip and fall and die, bro. How are the producers not on the fucking infograph?
But okay, I guess like because that's TheStereoVision, we preach positivity and all that shit. There was songs that I was happy to see, like, you know what I mean, and that's how these lists fuck me up. You know what I mean? It's when it's 50 songs, right? So you're going to throw in 20 that I'm like, oh, I'm glad you gave this song some shine, this underrated producer some shine. You know what I mean? I see Shook One's number 2.
That's
Nigga,
good.
I love that song.
That's
you know
good.
what
That's
I mean?
good.
Like, I feel that. That's something that I would agree with. I would do the same thing.
New York State of Mind. That's one of my favorite Nas beats ever. I'm glad that's there. Mask Off.
Bruh,
Good pick.
I can't see Sicko Mode.
I don't think Sicko Mode's there either.
Why is Sicko Mode there, bro? I love Travis Scott. Why is Sicko Mode? Like, really?
Do you think Electric Relaxation is the right Tribe Called Quest beat? There's just moments like that where I'm like, did you just do that to put a Tribe beat on?
Or it's like there's so many more right beats is my thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many more right beats. Because like, if you would have picked, like, I don't even know.
I do think that it's coming to their defense. You know what I'm saying? I do think that you do have to factor in popularity at a certain point. Like, obviously, there are doper beats, doper songs that you could put on this, but like, they did have to factor, like, Sicko Mode. Like, I still don't think it should be on the list at all, but I feel like Sicko Mode, very relevant song in the fucking, later half of when did shit come out? 2018?
2018.
Yeah, like, very, very, like, low-key, very culturally relevant song. Like, you go to any white bar, man, they're gonna be bumping that shit.
Shit, they put Mo Bamba at that point then.
Yeah. Oh, yo. The Sicko Mode to Mo Bamba transition, or Mo Bamba to Sicko Mode transition. Man, that's a time.
I hear that in my nightmares.
That's a
I
frat
hear
party.
that shit in
Frat
my
party
nightmares,
like layup, bro.
Yo, like, that shit turns the frat party up. Like, they're going crazy after that.
They are.
He's like, I'm gonna kill him with this one.
It's gonna get them for sure, bro. Look at the crowd jumping.
He's going right into the fucking I'm flying first class.
Like, I don't know.
What's the best beat on here? Let's do that for a second. What's the best beat on the top 20?
Shook Ones. I'll stand on that.
You like Shook Ones?
You could never play. I think you could play Shook Ones in 50 years, and because it's 50 best hip hop beats of all time. 50 years from now, you could play a hip hop fan Shook Ones, or you could play an old ass nigga Shook Ones, and everyone's gonna get it.
I don't know. I think I'm a younger. I don't know why, but I feel like my taste in rap falls on the younger side. Like, this is a lot of rapidy rap to me. So yeah. I don't even know if I have a real opinion on this list.
I feel like
a Millie? You can't stand on a Millie?
Okay, but I don't think a Millie is the best song on this list.
Grinding?
Top 20 right here. I like Still Tippin' by Mike Jones.
Ooh.
Just for a beat.
No, that's a good one.
That beat blew my mind the first time I heard it.
Why are you giving him that look?
Yeah.
Like the best.
On this list right here, that and Grinding for me. Because Grinding, those Pharrell drums.
That's a classic fucking...
You could get Grinding off.
You can get Still Tipping on too. Still Tipping too, bro.
But number one
on right here out of these 20. I mean, Still Dre is that was like a very safe pick.
Okay,
I feel like for number one.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree, and you can get that off. That's what I'm saying. You got to get one like that.
It has Still Tipping. Still Tipping is that caliber. You could put that number one.
Maybe.
That shit's so hard, bro.
Okay, so then what are some of y'all favorite producers of all time?
I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Alchemist. Just because I feel like he's somebody that really demanded his own respect as a producer. Because I feel like in my younger life, listening to hip hop, I was completely ignorant to producers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that whole era. Like obviously, I'll say Kanye too. Like Kanye and Pharrell are the layups for me.
Kanye Omarion West is the best producer for me.
Kanye and Pharrell are layups. Alchemist is right there. Yeah, I think those are my three. I mean. Yeah, what about you?
Kanye, it's yay for sure for me.
I'm doing Kanye, Pierre Bourne,
Drunk. This nigga crazy.
I'm doing Pharrell.
Yeah.
Pierre could get it off, but nah.
I think right now, hot take, but I feel like give it 10 years, bro. Pierre Bourne created a whole fucking new sound.
Over Metro?
All right, well, that's a good point. I would add him to the list too.
Metro only modern.
I'm not putting Pierre over Metro. I was just saying my list. That's a good point, especially what he's doing now too. Like,
Nah, and I'm hating. I'm the only nigga to ask personal opinion and hate on your personal opinion.
He said over Metro. Like, that shit made me look so crazy. I'm like, damn, I ain't even really gotten to Metro yet, bro.
No,
I was
but
really just talking about Pierre Bourne coming up with Cardi and changing the whole sound of this shit.
if you're somebody that's gonna stand on like Playboy Cardi, like revolutionize music and is gonna be one of the most like influential artists of our generation, then you can get Pierre off because Pierre is equal part.
What about like Swizz Beats, bro? For like when him and Wayne was going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you're just getting into the rapidy rap.
I'm sorry.
I'll take Timberland over Swizz Beats.
Timberland's better.
Yeah.
Where does 40 rank?
Yo, okay, but so this is an interesting one though, because really 40 is just someone that really singularly just works with Drake.
You know what I mean? But if
You know
that
what I'm
nigga
saying?
number one, if that nigga doing what he doing, you see, Search and Rescue has over 100 million streams.
I did see that,
100 million streams.
but I feel like
for AI Drake,
we should expect any Drake song to hit that
fact.
mark.
It's crazy
At
how
this
much people
point.
like that song though.
Yeah.
Because I thought that song was boring when it came out.
I think it's the content. I think it's the words. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, if you're really living that lifestyle, to me that shit sound like I don't know.
Cry for help.
It's like 2 a.m. at the club and like you're deciding whether or not to continue going out. All your friends are going home, but you just found another move and you're like, man, I got nothing else to go home for. Fuck it, keep going. Like,
I'm out.
fuck it, I'm outside tonight. Like it's dark and it's very shady and
We're
it's very,
doomed as a generation.
it's very slimy and it's like,
It's very slimy.
man, like
Shit's getting sticky.
yeah.
You know how sticky it get.
Yeah.
Wow. And it really is a callback. Nah, he really a genius. I get it.
Bro, I feel like Search and Rescue again. Like you made the statement AI Drake. It low key does sound like some computer generated shit, but I do think that I don't think it's as bad a song as people want to say it is. You know?
It's not, but like it's like when you know how good a nigga could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you could do more than that. I know you could do more.
Right.
That's just me. I'm a hater though. You know, because Drake is, and also this is a nigga speaking as one of Drake. Like Drake is my number one most listened to artist in most years.
Got you.
So you know what I mean. Let me not hate too much.
Do you think that Benny X and Working on Dying could like eventually reach the top producer list?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
100%. I think they're the reason for this shit. When I say, speaking on like the rage music and shit, because I think that I do like modern day music, like new shit. Like I listen to the young niggas and stuff, but the rage stuff in that lane isn't necessarily like my cup of tea.
Right.
But the most appealing part of it is the production. And what makes it so special and different is the production. And a lot of the time, if you took the lyrics out, the song is just as good, if not better. So like them niggas could really like, bro, Filthy. Like I think he's really fucking talented.
Yeah.
I think him and Benny X, is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. They're neck and neck for me right now in like a young generation right now.
Talking about top 50, there were some we liked, some we didn't. Sicko Mode was in question, but Trav a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Trav is undisputably a GOAT. We seen him with his security guard recently. You know, handcuffed to the briefcase.
Precious
freaky
cargo.
Freaky shit. Topia coming.
You see
Is
what
what
niggas
he's
do,
saying.
man. Hey man, he's sending out Jordans again.
It feels like it's go time.
That Jordan endorsement is hilarious.
Yeah.
To me, because these niggas, the Jordan like basketball shoes is terrible. It's awful. This nigga Travis getting all the fire. The musicians, Bad Bunny or not Bad Bunny, J Balvin putting out fire Jordans. Everybody putting out fire Jordans except the
Tiana
Hoopers.
Taylor.
Shit,
Put on
like
some
nigga,
crazy-
damn.
Yeah.
Help out Westbrook, but
Right.
Travis and Rollout.
Yeah.
It's time. I'm a big Travis Scott fan, man. But he's been going through a lot recently.
Yeah.
Where y'all standing at on what you expect from Utopia? You think this is gonna be his best Is Trav's best work behind him? Or is Utopia gonna show niggas like, nah, I'm a legend? Is it gonna cement him? Because if he gets one more, he's stamped to me.
I feel like the thing about Travis, and like this is something I felt for a while now, like ever since I really like got hip to him. It's just like Travis, like he really, I wouldn't say he started it, but like he really pushed this like rage movement forward, and this just like have fun, be yourself, like we're here to party type movement. And I feel like Astroworld to me was like a really dope project because it kind of turned it, like, not that it wasn't like artistic and it wasn't beautiful, but like he kind of took all those elements of the rage, but also like mixed a lot of rock elements in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And made a completely different, his sound evolved through Astroworld. But that being said, I feel like the one thing Travis Scott doesn't have for me is introspection. I feel like when it comes to like his lyrics and the content of what he's talking about, it never really changed and it never really felt like super deep to me. So that being said, I don't know if he can impress me with this next project, to be
Unless
honest.
he goes there.
Unless he goes introspection, because obviously, you know what I'm saying, we can't gloss over what happened. You know what I'm saying? He had a very like tragic moment in his life and his career happen to him, and then obviously, you know what I'm saying, fans were affected, people died, all that. So it's like for this project, it needs to be some reflection of what happened. It can't just glaze over it. You know, all the features I've heard from Trav as of late have been not really pertaining to that content. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested to see what he does on the album, especially since he kept it the same name. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even change the name.
Yeah.
So
No, you're right. I haven't thought about that, but I do need deeper lyrics for this to impress me. Because my headspace is like, how could he impress me with everything he's already done? But I'm also like, how dare I doubt him? He's done it every single time he's dropped. You know what I mean? Really blown me away. That's how he could do it. Is if he really took the lyrical content to the next level. The music's there. We see Mike Dean mastering the album. We know that it's going to sound great. All of Travis's songs sound great. If he can really go deep and reflect on what happened, yeah, I think he might cement himself as a legend.
Okay. So Travis's mentor, the person who kind of put him on, is Kanye.
right.
I don't think Kanye has ever gone that deep.
Whoa.
Drive slow on late register.
Yo. Okay, I'm gonna let you.
Hold on.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Hold on. He's not saying anything super personal, one-to-one to him.
Roses?
It's very general struggles that a lot of people can relate to. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't feel like there's anything very niche about Kanye, a Kanye specific experience. These are all just feelings that happen to most people. And he's able to then maybe dress it up with amazing production and other things to make it what it is. Because Kanye's so good, and Travis is so good, it's universal. Everybody likes them. A lot of people like them. I don't feel like introspection is necessarily like, I would love it from them, but I just don't think that's the type of artist that they are really. I don't know. Yell at me and shit if y'all think Kanye really going that deep.
There's nothing relatable about Kanye's struggle on St. Pablo.
Exactly. So he just deaded this shit, you know what I mean? I'm talking about early Kanye.
First three albums, you might have a point. I will still drive slow, and songs like that, because those do seem very personal. But I think after 808s, I do think that the struggle that he talks about is not universal.
Like what?
Bipolarism.
Bro, also you listen to,
Said
but
he's not bipolar.
no, okay. If we're going to Pablo, if we're going to Life of Pablo, like, let's talk about 30 Hours.
Yeah.
Like, that song is literally about him driving across the country to link with a shorty that I forget at the end what she doesn't appreciate him or she's cheating or some shit.
Yeah.
But like, bro, I feel like Kanye, especially
What number album is that?
what number album?
Yeah, it took him how many years to get there?
I mean, it took him a lot of years, bro.
Exactly. And
But
he was still
great.
but before that, I would say it started at 808s.
I agree.
You have 808s, and then you have My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy, and that to me is a type of. I'm obviously they're not trying to make the same type of music, but that's what I need from Trav, to be
the
honest.
most specific that man got, the most not basic that he got talking about feelings on that was on Hell of a Life when he's talking about falling in love with a porn star. To me, that's I'm legitimate. Like, that's like everything else that this nigga's talking about is like power. Like, I want to be the biggest. I'm this like big like figure. You know what I mean? I think a lot of musicians have talked about that and can relate to that. Like, I don't know, fucking Dark Fantasy coming up in Chicago. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of niggas have spoken about before. A lot of niggas have spoken about the things that they spoke about, but what makes Kanye and Travis amazing is the soundscape and the world they build around these lyrics.
Right.
Because it's like these regular people things and actions, but happening in an alternate universe type shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't
think I agree with you.
I don't know if what's regular about Last Call. You know what I mean? Like, what is relatable about Last Call?
That's a moment. That's a moment.
You know,
That's a moment. But then, okay, so I would then go to the second verse of 90210. When he's talking about, literally quoting his grandmother on bars, talking about this what she says to me. You spend too much time working. You spend too much time in the studio. I'm worried about you. Are you okay? You know what I mean? And like he's saying, Granny just said this, you know?
That's one of his best songs ever.
Exactly. So niggas got moments, but I don't need a whole album of it. Whereas J. Cole, whereas Kendrick, I want personal. I want anecdotes. I want things that only you could think. The whole album.
Yeah, but if Trav comes on this album and talks about let's fucking mosh pit, like, come on, bro.
Yeah, 100%. You got to evolve.
Yeah.
You got to evolve. You got to evolve. But I think if he talks about some little basic shit, like, I don't know, bro, like just trying to be the best rapper or trying to gain more status in this, maybe give me one song about, like, the incident or one song about, like, regret or thinking about your position in this. I don't need a whole apology album.
I don't think I want an apology album.
Yeah.
I think what I want is, and this might just sound funny, but I feel like as Trav grows older and he starts to put the Astroworld incident behind him, I feel like his content should reflect a little bit more, maybe his everyday life, bro. I mean, bro, Trav lives somewhere out here in LA. You know what I'm saying? He's married, or not married, sorry. His girl is a
Crazy
a fucking
accusations.
yeah. His girl, my bad. His girl is a fucking Kardashian, whom he has 2 kids with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's definitely
who is not his girl anymore.
Oh,
Just
sorry.
so we're on the record, like,
yeah,
they're broken up.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's with Timothy Chalamet right now.
Wait, whoa, that's breaking news.
Look at this nigga, bro. The drama reporter. Wait, when did this happen?
Bro, I look at his Google alerts every fucking day, bro. They've been broke up. She's been with Timothy Chalamet. He tried to slide back on her Instagram post a couple months ago. She didn't reply. Her Kylie's friends are still like, oh, they might still get back together. They might.
Big Timothy,
Like,
you know what I'm saying? The biggest Timothy.
Man.
What that nigga was just gay in the movie, bro, and y'all niggas is tripping, bro. What?
Timothy Chalamet, man. I don't want to hate. I'm not a hater, but I just don't understand what you do. Could you explain?
He's an actor.
What show? What TV show?
You had seen nah, bro. He got you know Army Hammer, that actor, big nigga. Anyways, this nigga was gay in the movie with him. But Call Me By Your Name. Call Me By Your Name. That's what I've been thinking of. I kept saying it because I couldn't think of it. You know that one? They was talking about that
but
one.
you understand where this is coming from. Like, I just don't really understand what he does.
No, as a film,
not that you have to do anything, but like.
But back to Trav. I didn't mean to fully loop us out of Trav.
Shout out Timothy Chalamet, man.
Shout out Timothy. This is the Timothy episode. I don't want an apology album either.
Right.
And I don't necessarily want 3 songs about Astroworld or Astrofest or whatever. I want to know what the following year was like when he couldn't step outside, what that felt like. We were at Day in Vegas and mentioned that we were upset that Trav wasn't going to be performing. And like random bitches came up to us like, oh, the murderer. And it's like, that is a traumatizing experience. You know what I mean? That like was probably very, very insanely hard for him to live through.
So give me a song about it.
Yeah.
One song, but I don't want multiple songs talking about it.
But don't you think that changed him as a person? Don't you think he's different now than he was before that happened?
I think he was different now than he is before that. I think he's changed because he's grown up as an adult. I think if everything would have stayed the same, none of the tragic shit happens. The content had to change anyways because he was making all the mosh rager shit when he was like a fucking 23-year-old. Now he's 27 with 2 kids. The content was gonna change regardless, just by virtue of life. You know what I mean? We seen it with Tyler. The content changes when you grow. You could be so far in one lane, and when you grow up, bro, Lil Pump doesn't do drugs anymore. You're like, bro, shit changes, bro. That's just a part of getting older, and these niggas in the spotlight since they kids, bro.
I mean, but Drake just made Search and Rescue though.
Exactly, bro. That's why this nigga's an anomaly, because you gotta grow up. Because you gotta grow up. And this nigga talking about someone rescue, you were 40. Get in the car and go home if you want to go home that fucking bad.
Yo, Drake is not 40. He's 36.
That nigga's what is pushing 40? Anything? Yeah,
He's definitely pushing 40.
that nigga pushing 40 hard. That nigga, that's why that nigga got braids.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Nah, definitely.
That's ugly. That's nasty work. You seen a 35-year-old that you ain't never seen with braids in your whole life. Your uncle. This your uncle. Your light-skinned uncle that ain't never had braids before in his whole life. This nigga come to the cookout with cornrows.
The earrings too.
You not on this nigga head top?
I mean, look, man. Drake, he's wildly successful. Got money, bro. I can't tell him what to do, bro. He got it, man. I really don't think that the braids improved anything, but you know what? You got it. Who am I to speak about another man's look, bro?
Once again, I listen to the nigga music. You know what I mean? I fuck with the nigga music. I'm talking to you right now, my nigga. You look hilarious. I don't know what it is. You gonna get it off for a couple more years? I don't know, bro. This nigga can't be 40 with cornrows. I can't do it. But yeah, Gunna lost weight. Did the Gucci man.
Yo, the fact the one thing about Gunna, bro, like throughout his whole career, man, like this weight thing has been a thing. Like it's so like funny, but also just like, yo, why? Like obviously
He's not all the way fat.
Right, yeah, no, but like
Skinny fat.
Bro,
I was there for years.
Bro, people used to. Do you remember the era when, for whatever reason, people were just dropping hamburger emojis under his fucking Instagram, in his Instagram comments? Like, bro, I was just like, bro, like this is funny, but this is also like so mean.
This is
Like,
cyberbullying.
this is actually cyberbullying. So to see the weight loss, like the weight loss photo going around, I'm like, why is this coming back up again? Like, bro, people are obsessed with this man's weight.
It better just be carrots now.
Nah, carrot emojis.
The fucking flex.
I mean, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the picture, he looked like, you know, he was looking good, looking happy, looking healthy, but that shit is just funny to me, bro.
I'm excited for if this nigga's consistent, because you can't lose it and get back fat. If this nigga becomes fat again, it's over. It's over with.
What? But Kodak does it all the time. Nobody says shit.
But like
You're
Kodak
right.
hides it better. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that nigga. Gunna wears it more in his face. Let me be real. I ain't know that nigga was big till niggas told me he was big.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
he be wearing the clothes, you know, he gets it off a little bit. Nah, but like once you start doing the shirt, because that nigga ain't never took the shirtless pic. He knew. When you ever seen Gunna shirtless? That nigga ain't never took his shirt off.
I feel like the thing with Gunna too is like the clothes that he wears specifically are like tight clothes.
Exactly.
Like,
When
he
you
like-
ever seen Gunna not fully clothed? That nigga knew he lost weight. That nigga was fiending to take his shirt off. That nigga was fiending to take his shirt off and show niggas that he lost weight.
In what situation in my never mind.
I don't know. I don't know
300.
exactly. But
You
then
were
this nigga
300.
gets skinny for a week. This nigga gets skinny for a week and he's taking his shirt off. I ain't never seen him act like this before.
You know, that is true. I feel like he was definitely happy with the transformation. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to flex a little bit. I would too. I mean, I'm saying the guy, he's looking good. Shout out to Gunna, bro.
Shout out to Gunna.
Shout out to Gunna, man.
What's next for Gunna? Are you excited for new Gunna music?
I'm very excited for new Gunna music, and here's why. Actually, wait. Do you have the Dirt clip?
Do you believe that Gunna told that man, I don't sit up and play games, man. That man told you should have went in there and kept your mouth closed.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought you were trying to reverse it. I'm like,
Hell no.
I'm like,
I just
yo,
said
nah,
I just said
I'm
I
like,
never.
that must have scared you. I'm like, yo, how did?
Huh?
I'm like, I don't even gonna like.
Hell no. I never like. I'm following. I don't know. I never like. Why I didn't? I don't know. I just don't take that shit, Instagram and all that shit type of shit serious. But if you a rat, you a rat. And if you rewind this clip a little bit, I looked into the camera and I told you, if you a rat, I fucking hate you. Cause I love Thug.
Yeah, that clip is ridiculous. This is why I'm excited for new Gunna music, right? Because I feel like all these opinions, you know what I'm saying, whether you from a certain place or you're not from a certain place, I feel like all these opinions are invalid when it comes to the music. Like, let this man put a single or a project out tomorrow. That's just getting hundreds of millions of streams, bro.
Easily.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it's so, like, all this stuff, all the bullshit is just so irrelevant because, like, Gunna is a great artist. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I do think that, obviously, he has some stuff to address, too. And I don't even know if I want to get into the whole court case and, the whole, like, legal aspect of what happened. But from what I understand as well, like, I feel like that shit is very irrelevant to, like, what people are talking about in terms of snitching.
Niggas don't
Like-
know. We're all civilians.
Yeah.
Civilians is hating on this nigga for not being real. It's like, ain't none of us. The nigga been releasing fire. The
Right.
snippets sound fire. Let the music be the music.
I also don't. Maybe I'm wrong here, but was Gunna ever like presented as like this like super hard, super tough figure? Like I feel like even if he was, everybody was always on some like low key like clowning him for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was always understood that he was like just like this character. You
it
know
was
what
the
I'm
people
saying?
he was around.
Yeah.
Baby's valid. Thug is valid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And those were his two closest counterparts.
I understand, but I feel like, well, from my experience, like just being in Atlanta and like moving around, I feel like if you are successful in Atlanta, like people are gonna come around. Like that's just how that shit works. And I think Baby and Gunna being in the same spot, kind of under Thug, and then coming up together with those collab tapes and like all those, working together, all that, like that was just bound to happen. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. You're speaking on this from an educated perspective.
Mm-hmm.
How many niggas who are leaving a comment under these shade room posts and all the bullshit and all that have never been to Atlanta, never even watched a video that's not like, you know what I mean, a music video from any of them, even heard them speak, you know what I mean? It's uneducated niggas just kind of just giving their opinion on shit.
Right. I think that's the craziest thing about my journey is like going from like a fan and a consumer to somebody that like actually works in this shit and has actually like met these people to some extent. You know what I mean? Because like it is a different perspective to see all this shit from. You know what I mean? And I think one thing that people don't understand is the internet is dangerous, bro. Like the internet is very dangerous and very toxic because the internet, in my opinion, like has aggravated this situation so much. Yeah. Like so much, bro. Like almost to the point where I don't even feel like people are allowed to make their own decisions about what's really going on. Like whether you're in it, whether you're out of it. It's like the popular thing to say right now is that Gunna snitched or like Gunna told on Thug or whatever. When in reality, like if you look into like what the plea deal was or whatever, like it doesn't even affect the rest of the co-defendants. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like people, and that's the thing with the internet. Like people are gonna form their own opinions without even really looking into it. So
yeah, it's uneducated shit.
Yeah.
I hate to talk about it, bro. Gunna just drop music.
As soon as the new song comes out, we'll shut up about all that.
Literally.
Because we heard the snippet circulating and people already stopped talking about the snitching. They're just like, yo, this sounds fire. You know what I mean? He does it. He's a great artist with great songs. And all it takes is good music for people to forget about that shit.
Literally.
right.
Literally.
So yeah, I think that's what's next for Gunna. Like he's gonna put out music, it's gonna do amazing. Yeah. Because again, the environment is so dry right now. Like all he needs to do is put out an above average song.
Somebody drop a hit. Drop a hit, please. Like it we're starving. For anything.
You just want anyone to drop a
Anybody?
hit?
Yes, I don't give a fuck who it is. That I like. That I mean, like something that I could listen to.
I agree.
Give me The Weeknd, maybe Idol coming soon type shit. I don't know. We can get into what I mean, wrapping it up.
I mean, did you like the Mike Dean
No.
project? I didn't really like it that much. Did you?
I liked songs. I liked 2 or 3 songs. It's boring.
It was. Super
I'm glad this
dramatic.
nigga on camera saying that, bro. I'm glad this nigga was talking crazy the day after it came out, though.
Okay.
I liked it when it came out. It was something, bro. I'm so bored with music right now, and it was something.
Okay. This is the perfect time, you know what I mean? I think we hit through all the current events, all the major shit. What y'all been listening to in your phones this week? It don't have to be new. It could be old shit. What's been in your phones? You know what I mean? Just what's some interesting shit for you?
You guys like DC The Dawn?
I wish I could tell niggas how early I was on DC The Dawn.
Okay.
Like, only because I knew this nigga when he was hooping with LaMelo Ball AAU.
Oh wow. Damn,
And this nigga was just like dunking crazy.
That's very early.
Like, there's mixtapes of this nigga, right? And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And he's like in like a LaMelo Ball, like Day in the Life or something mixtape. This nigga had a quick interview. So I heard the early music. So like seeing the evolution is kind of crazy. Like, it's cool that he's like still making music and going strong and built a fan base, but like, I'm not slapping it.
I actually did like the newest project. I liked his project. I like Highway's project. I guess I'm kind of going into that like rage pocket right now, but I like those two projects a lot. Jaleel also dropped in the same day. I like Jaleel in terms of what he's doing. I don't know if I like the project just because I feel like it was just a lot of, you know what I'm saying, that like screaming shit that he be doing. Like it's just like a little bit too much. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's not even screaming shit because people scream on tracks, but you know what I'm talking about.
He's not really saying that much. Like there's I'm gonna sound crazy. There's strategic screaming,
right,
and like artistic screaming, and then there's just screaming to fill space.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's more where he leans. But like, how long was the album?
I gotta double.
Could Jaleel give you 6 songs? Is what I'm gonna get to basically. Could Jaleel give you a 6-song EP that's good?
Jaleel delivered a 17-song project that is 31 minutes.
What?
You know, what if he just gave you the best 6 in 25 minutes?
Still though, 17 songs in 30 minutes?
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
pretty to the point.
Yeah.
What is that, like under 2 minutes a song?
Yeah, he's got a song with Ty Dolla $ign on here too, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Should I listen to it?
You should listen to the project and decide for yourself as a music enthusiast.
No.
I will.
Show Them Camp though. Listen to that album. With the Amre song "Too Bad" that I always play as a closer. Mm-hmm. That whole album, Burna Boy feature, like they have a pretty big Afrobeat feature on every song. Buja, or you know the song Wizkid, is it Buja that has the song Wizkid out right now? My Way.
Yeah,
he's on there. Like crazy album. I didn't really know that much about Show Them Camp. I think it's 2 guys who like kind of do a rap thing over Afrobeat style production, but they're dope. That's been in rotation this week for me.
I've been listening to a new band called TV Girl.
Yeah. They have that song that's trending right now. What's the name of it? Oh.
What? Is it Lovers Rock?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know it was trending, bro.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was trending, but I got into them this week. It's cool. It's kind of like, it reminds me of the Growlers, which is one of my favorite like surf rock bands ever. It's kind of like dream rock, dream pop. A lot of synths, a lot of like kind of lo-fi sounds and cool vocal mixes. Okay. It's just something different. Yeah. I've been listening to that, and then I've been listening to a lot of all of Thug's catalog, and probably more Migos than I've ever listened to in my life, honestly. I'm like in like a Migos bag because I was just so bored with other shit that I'm like, let me just go back to all their shit.
YRN in this bitch. Bro.
Seriously.
I think Migos, I mean, this is probably not even a hot take, but first, what's your favorite Migos project?
Probably still the OG Culture, but YRN 2 is the one that I'm listening to the most right now.
Easily Culture. Fine. Easily Culture.
I think the whole thing really just peaked at Culture.
Yeah. Culture is easily my favorite.
And it was just it was like because I feel like YRN 2, like that's also a classic, but I feel like with Culture, like that was when it was peaking, but also too like when they were really breaking out into the mainstream and like people were like really giving them their flowers and respect. Like you were hearing those songs everywhere.
You know what did it for me? T-shirt, bro. When T-shirt dropped, because T-shirt isn't bad and bougie. It's not the big hit on the album, but it's just so solid and so them, but digestible enough for like mainstream niggas.
Yeah.
Like you don't gotta have ever heard a Migos song or be into that rapidy rap trap shit, like hard shit. You could still like rap T-shirt. You know, the chorus is good.
Right, yeah.
That's a great song.
What you been listening to?
Quevedo also. He's like Bad Bunny with a different voice. I don't know how to describe it. Like Jeff put me on, bro.
Yeah.
Has like it's like almost deeper. And like it sounds more like it sounds more spacious, but like just crazy horns on like the second song on the album. The album covers like his face in it.
Okay.
He's trending right now in like the reggaeton like that scene. That's just something that like, has been interesting to me. What else?
Did you guys like sticking in that lane? Did you like the Destroy Lonely project?
Chris Paul is really good.
Yeah.
That song Chris Paul is really, really good.
There's a couple songs.
You know, I tried it. I watched the interview with Ken Carson, and it made me more of a fan of him as a person, but like musically, it didn't grab me. Opium isn't really my shit.
Okay. Now, I understand that. I feel like it's definitely a certain lane, but that lane is pretty big right now. It's pretty wide.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But like, there's other things going on underground. I'm more Eam Triplin.
Okay.
I've been listening to a lot of Eam this week.
If I'm going in that lane.
Very, very respectable opinion.
You feel me? Eam is like, I think Eam is, bruh, the fact that he's producing still a lot of his stuff and is just so tapped in with curating a sound right now, and the fact that he's been so particular about, no, I'm not releasing a project yet, just singles. Like, I love the way he's handling his business. I really like him a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, we always miss Doja Cat. We always miss it. We should have talked about her with Summer, bro. Fuck.
man.
Did we go back? Because did you see her tweets?
Yes, Lord, she was saying that her albums are cash grabs.
Yeah.
And she was just like, but she's just trolling though. That's the thing.
She's a troll. She is a troll.
Okay, but the thing is about being a troll is like usually there's some truth. Like usually there's truth to it. Like
And
usually
niggas
what
don't
you're
know
saying-
any better.
Usually what you're saying is completely true. Like I feel like I don't know because I really didn't pay that much attention to these tweets when I did see them. But I will say I feel like Doja, certified troll, she knows it. Everybody knows it, right? And she doesn't give a fuck about what she says, type thing. Like she probably just said that because she just felt that way in the moment. But I don't know if it's necessarily true.
She's moving, but she keeps saying it. She's talking crazy about this next. All I'm saying is this. And we got the receipts. Niggas had seen our episode and we talked about her a little bit when it first got announced. We were positive about it. If this shit ain't fire, I'm looking at her crazy. Because she dropped 2 albums of fire and now she's shitting on them. And it's
Right.
like, there's no need to do that.
Okay, but
Unprovoked. She did it unprovoked completely.
that's the first time I ever heard you call those first 2 albums fire.
But objectively fire. Like, I'm not listening to them. But like numbers wise and like everyone likes them.
Wait, so is it fire or is it just it just
fire.
sells well?
It just
Because-
streams. It
no,
streams.
no,
That don't
no.
mean
If
fire.
I
That don't mean
No,
fire.
hear me out. If I don't get it, the song is literally titled Woman. It's not for me. I'm not out here slapping woman. There is not a single girl that
Don't respect women?
let me
He
finish.
used to uplift
Let me
black
finish.
women.
Let me finish. Y'all seen it though. It was in the receipt. I did used to have it. Every girl I know knows that song bar for bar and loves it. So it hit the target audience right on the head. And it's streaming crazy, so there's proof of concept. You know what I mean? It's not trash. It's just not for me.
That
The
song is
same way
good.
y'all niggas hate. You know what I mean? But like, is you slapping it? Is you sitting in your car and playing Woman? Be real with me right now.
Let me be.
But as you slapping the song, you see how niggas, you see what niggas do. You see what niggas do. This nigga is never playing that shit in the whip. I know the words too.
Okay, but when all right, so I'm not playing in the whip personally, but when I go to the club and they turn it on, like I turn up.
So you said the same
Yeah.
thing as me. I agree with you. For sure.
You didn't say you turn up to it though.
I would, I guess, if I'm in the right set. I'm not gonna be mad if that comes on. That's how I view mainstream songs. If it irritates me when I hear it, it's bad. If it don't irritate me, it's good. Because then it's mainstream liked by the masses and like it doesn't turn me off.
Does Search and Rescue irritate you?
Search and Rescue irritates me.
But you just had 100 million plays. That's
But it
objectively
irritates me.
fire, right?
It irritates me.
Objectively fire.
irritates me.
It's for the masses.
Doja Cat had
It's
$1 billion.
marketing.
He did 100 million. Doja Cat did $1 billion.
Little Billy.
It's different. It's different, bro. It
This
is
came out a month
way
ago.
different.
This came
bro.
out in the last month.
Search and Rescue does $1 billion. I'll do something crazy on the pod. It'll never get there. It's dying. It's dying. I don't know. Whatever y'all niggas want. I'll bet $1 million. See what niggas do.
want.
See what niggas do. See what niggas do. Nah, that song is not doing nothing, bro. But Doja's cool. I don't know. I think she's weird for making people. I think it's weird to make people feel bad about their music opinion.
Okay, in what sense though? How is she making other people feel bad about the music?
Like people that love those first 2 albums.
You know what I mean? Like you make them feel kind of stupid, or it's like, haha, I got you. You know what I mean? It's like almost like why you want to trick me
Why do you think she's doing that?
to hype up this one
You think so, or you
and
really
to get a different fan base? Because the women are already gonna listen to her, and like all the people I'm talking about are already gonna listen to her. It's to get us on top of that. Because she already has everybody. Everybody in the world listens to Doja Cat. The one group that she hasn't captured yet is probably us rapidy rap fans, honestly. And that's the only people that this is appealing to because everyone else already wanted to hear your next project.
right?
And she knows she can get us. Because we've heard it.
You know what I mean?
Like
Like,
I've
to
heard
me.
Doja verses that really excite the fuck out of me.
She hears Doechii. She sees and hears
Yeah.
Doechii and is like, I could do that.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas like her, watch what the fuck I'm about to do. And that's no shade to either of them. They're both, I think, very talented. You know.
So you think that that's what she's on, and she's not just trolling to troll? Like I feel like she might just be on some like fuck those two projects. Like I was just trying to get on. Like
Yeah, but like I think that is true, but I think she's also smart. I think she's like, I want to say this to troll, but it's also beneficial.
right.
Like I think it's like, cause like bro, you once again, I think Doja's at the point where she's treating her shit like a business. So she knows what talking crazy could do for her, positively and negatively.
Right.
So she's like, this is gonna stir up controversy. She knows it's gonna stir up controversy. She knows that we're gonna sit up on our podcast, both big podcasts and small podcasts are gonna talk about this.
Right.
She needs to get hot.
It's also interesting too because like I feel like Doja Cat isn't somebody that has trouble like capturing people's attention. You know what I mean? Like she shaves her head. She's at the fucking Met Gala talking like a cat, whatever. But like it's not always about the music, like especially the chat room and stuff. Like it's not always about the music. So like this is an interesting way to spin it back to the music, especially with an upcoming album.
Yeah, and y'all both have really emphasized the fact that I think can't be glossed over when we talk about someone like Doja Cat. Like she do make fire. She's not this typical like artist that we could just pass over. Everybody likes her shit, and like if you don't like a Doja Cat song at this point, I feel like you crazy. You gotta have one.
You gotta like one, yeah.
And there's very few artists you could say that about. That everybody should have one song they like. You know what I mean? There's one you can nod your head to. So I'm gonna give her flowers too, but I don't know. She putting a lot of pressure on this next project.
What's your favorite Doja Cat song?
Freak.
That's mine.
Is pretty good.
That's mine.
What's the song with Smino?
Oh, Pro Freak?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right?
I think
on Smino's album?
That's
Oh,
Doja.
or you-
That's Doja.
It's on
Oh,
Doja's,
my bad.
It's on Doja's album.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I know. It's gonna. I'll probably.
It was a single. Oh, fuck.
I'm just gonna look it up. I think because, yeah, it was super random to me at the time. But
Yeah.
It was in like 2018, 2019. It was early. Oh, I love that song.
Moo is elite. I'm not gonna lie. Moo makes me laugh to this day.
Tia Tamara with Rico Nasty.
Good. There we go. But that's a Rico song, right?
Not. Yeah, it is a Rico song.
Shit. I was about to say something crazy.
So Doja's interesting though, cause like I feel like she's not perceived as a rapper, but she definitely can rap. And like her first album or her first like really like big debut album, Hot Pink, has Smino, Gucci Mane, and Nicki and Tyga on. Well, I don't know why I put Tyga in that list.
He raps. No, I was about to say she raps her verses.
Yeah,
Doja doesn't sing every verse. If Doja sings choruses, raps her verses. So she got some. She's done it before.
the Smino song is called "Won't Bite."
Oh,
Yeah.
that song is so good, bro.
Yeah, and it's super like, I won't say random, but like you wouldn't necessarily expect it,
Smee would do that though. Smee works for everybody. He's worked shit. I don't know. La Lisa was a late ad for me with Sir, and that's
Yeah.
one of my favorite Smino verses.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. We appreciate you for coming through to the pod, bro.
Yeah.
This is one of our more talkative episodes, bro. We hit the 2-hour mark on the recording, man. We appreciate you, the young legend. Go in the camera, man. Pop your shit. Let people know where to find you, where to tap in with you.
Okay. All right, man. All right. Let's see. So, all right. My name's Ose. You can find me at OSE_KWAFO on Instagram. Honestly, all platforms.
Yeah.
You can also follow my blog, Radio's Dead. It's Radio S Dead _. I don't have the ability to take out the underscore yet, so you're just gonna have to fucking, you know what I'm saying, just do a little search. But that's where you can find me. Yo, I appreciate y'all for having me on, man. Like this was a lot of fun. I'm trying to do more stuff like this, trying to just, you know what I'm saying, just pop my shit, just, get my opinions off. I feel like that's the best part about podcasts. You can just say what you want, you know what I'm
This
saying?
nigga a media personality, bro. He knows it too, bro. This is the first of many, man. He gonna have to come back on the pod, chop shit with us, man.
Anytime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate y'all for watching, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah.
Catch you on the next one, man. Peace.